Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to look at a stunning match played by Nicholas Theodora and Timur Radjabov at the European Team Chess Championship held in Montenegro in 2023. In this game, Nicholas Theodora achieved no less than 100% accuracy and played 4 brilliant moves. This game is an absolute masterpiece. Nicholas started with the simple c4 and they played some classic development moves until they traded central pawns. So Radjabov thought for a bit about this move, and after 7 minutes he played bishop to c5, threatening a fork with a knight and potentially taking the rook. But then Theodora plays bishop to c4, giving the fork to black, and this is actually a very good move because after the knight makes the fork there comes the brilliant bishop to f7. But why is this a brilliant move? If the king decides not to take the bishop and goes king to f8, the queen is going to come up and take the rook while pinning the king, who is then forced to move toward the center of the board, a position he will really not like, so black accepted that he had to take the bishop. Then Nicholas plays queen d5 giving check after Radjabov moved his king to g6. In this position Nicholas cannot take the bishop because he would lose the rook, so maybe it is better to first play rook to queen to c5, the second brilliant move. This move will lose a rook for white, but white has much greater attacking potential because black has not developed half of his pieces. White now plays knight c3 and black replies with h6, trying to defend his king from upcoming attacks, and white now plays knight to d5. This is a very good but very risky move if it is not followed up perfectly, but that is exactly what Theodora did. Radjabov played rook to e8, preventing the knight attack on e7, and white plays queen d4. Black played king to h7, trying to keep his king safe, but here comes the third brilliant move, bishop to h6. This move seems to do nothing at first, but you can start to realize that the bishop cannot be taken because if the king takes it, there comes queen e3 check, knight g5 check, queen f4, and this is a forced mate in 2. If black plays rook f8, the queen simply moves to h4 and this leads to an unstoppable queen h7 checkmate. The only thing black can do is trade his queen for the knight, but that is also game over for black. If the pawn takes the bishop, which actually happened in the game, there is knight to f6, giving a fork on the rook, but the king is pinned, so white only loses the knight, which means white must first castle his king, and now knight to f6 becomes a deadly move. Black then plays rook to e6 with the idea of defending against the knight attack as well as defending the pawn on h6, but according to the engine this is a mistake, because now after knight f6 he cannot take it with the rook, since not only would he trade the rook for the knight, but he would also give white the opportunity to deliver checkmate. For example, if black plays knight c6, there is queen e4 followed by queen g6, and this is a completely winning position for white with nothing black can do. If black tries to escape with the knight to f2, there is the hidden move rook e1. If black tries to attack the queen, she will go to queen f4, pushing the pawn toward promotion, and after a few moves white can deliver an unbelievable checkmate by promoting the pawn after playing queen to f5. So instead of taking on f6, black played king to h8, after which white played the only winning move, knight to h4, giving white a clear path to checkmate by playing queen to f5. Black tried to defend with pawn to d6, but white plays queen f4. Black plays king to g7, preventing the checkmate on h8. Then comes queen to g7 giving another check, the king moves back, knight to g6 gives another check, the king returns to g7 again, and then comes the fourth and final brilliant move, knight to f8 giving check. If black takes the knight, it is checkmate in 2 by playing queen g8, king e7, and queen g7 checkmate. What a game, and once again Nicholas Theodora played this game with 100% accuracy, making it one of the best games he has ever played. Comment down below what you think about this game and what I should commentate next. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.